Before I add any paint, I test the Cavebot inside the area to be sure everything's working and that it interacts nice. I'm going to present this half-hour project in real time because I think it's extremely important to understand what it means to just add a very little bit of paint to the Cavebot at a time. I only add paint to one arm at a time, and I allow the Cavebot to work much of the paint off itself as it can onto the canvas before trying another color. What happens when you put too much paint on too quickly? The puddles never have a chance to dry. The robot arms are constantly dripping, and with all that different wet paint mixing, it's bound to end in a very murky mud. That first splotch of blue, it doesn't seem like much, but quite frankly, any more and it would have very little chance of drying or little chance of keeping any definition of shape other than just becoming a big blue area. What seems like just a blue smudge at first, slowly with each rotation, you can see little nicks of blue spreading out around and around. Don't be too quick to jump to the next color. Let the robot fully experience each set of line making. Let it run through the color so that it has time to dry and you have time to watch new lines and new directions occur all by themselves as the robot takes this journey across the canvas. This project is teamwork between you and your robot. While it may do the line making and the design work, it's up to you to choose the color and where the starting points of the robot are. Sometimes it's as if the robot lets you know that it wants you to give it some more paint of a different color. Think of each of the pipe cleaner legs as a different paintbrush. You don't want to submerge the entire thing into the pot of paint. You want to see what area of the brush seems to be making contact with the canvas, and then just dab a bit of the paint on that area so that the individual bristles don't all clump together, but they just carry some of the pigment with them. If you're wrong about the brush making contact with the canvas, or if you just want to do it differently, go ahead and bend the leg. Bend them all. Bend them here, bend them there. The whole point is, every time you change the leg shape, you change the function of the robot. So not only does the changing of the leg shape affect the movement of the robot, but as the paint adds up, the tactile stickiness of the brush ends and the stickiness of the canvas surface will all cause the robot to make different patterns. I've really come to appreciate this about the Cavebot painting, that each line represents a different step on the Cavebot's journey during the life of the battery. And throughout the whole project, we have no idea how it's going to result and look, because each move will change the next. So the sum composition is the accumulation of happy dances, frustrations in the corner, each one of them marked down with a different colored paint. I don't mean to interrupt my own metaphor, but the Cavebot's optical sensor just jettisoned, and it's a pretty apt metaphor of what I was just talking about, how things just happen to each one of us in life. You adapt and you continue, you get back up, and keep doing your thing. Alright, that's a pretty big splodge of pink, and it just shows how much friction the wet paint adds to the Cavebot. And it's really working hard, but it's moving slow because it's laying down that thick line of pink paint. Sometimes the leg position seems to get the Cavebot into a funk, and you may have to go through several reorientations before you get some good action again. Let's adjust that leg a little bit. Talking about the corral for a moment, as I said, I do larger paintings for my own art, and I've found that by scoring the top row of the corrugation and letting it fold over a little bit by only scoring to one side, creating more like a stadium roof type thing, it makes the Cavebot a lot more active in the corners and along the edge, because that edge is movable slightly. Different parts of the robot touch it other than just only the flat surface. So it seems to free the robot a lot more. I haven't tried that improvement yet on the 4-inch canvas corral, but I expect I will on the very next one.